So I actually moved this past week, which by my old rules means that you'd be getting absolutely nothing from me today. And honestly, just look at this place. The old me would have had a field day with this, using it as an excuse. And trust me, this looked way worse yesterday and the day before. But that's the whole point, isn't it? I moved apartments, I skipped a couple of workouts, I barely slept last night and the nights before, if I'm being honest. Yet this video is still happening. And it's not because I'm superhuman or something, it's just because I changed one rule. Give me a couple of minutes and let's talk about it. Hey yo, if you're new here, I'm Alex and I'm spending a year kind of becoming the person I keep telling myself I'll be. I'm documenting the whole thing here on YouTube every single Monday, which brings us to today and this. Last week, I moved out of my old place and into a new apartment I actually bought together with my fiance here in Copenhagen. Now that's a real milestone actually, and I kind of want to let it sit for a second because a couple of years ago, this whole thing was a dream of mine. However, this is not a glow up montage or something because it's chaos up in here. Everything I own is in a box somewhere or scattered around the kitchen floor. And the one thing I set up properly, and that was last night, is the one thing I actually care about a lot. And that's this, my whole studio. Which kind of tells you a lot if you think about it, because you know what they say, when everything's on fire, you protect the one thing you care about the most. But besides that, and because this whole journey was about weight loss mainly, I actually skipped a couple of workouts on Saturday and Sunday yesterday. And my diet took a hit this past week. And I'm gonna be honest, because some of that was the actual move and the stress that came along with it, but some of that was me and more or less an excuse. However, I do believe that both of those are true, so I'm not gonna, pretend otherwise. Here's the one I actually have to own, however, because yesterday morning came when I usually step on the scale, and this time around, I didn't, even though I said I would. And quick context, because if you missed last week, I actually came back from vacation with 3.5 kilos extra. I went from 115.0 to 118.5, and I said last week that I believe that around half of it would have been water weight and that I would report back this week. And then, like I just mentioned, the regular weigh-in day came in yesterday and I didn't do it. And to be honest, it wasn't because I forgot. It was more because I was worried I wouldn't like the number. Which is dumb when you say it out loud, because that number is just information, it's just data. It cannot hurt me. But I kind of turned it into a verdict on how my past week went. And when it becomes a verdict like that, the second it becomes a verdict like that, you start avoiding it. And that is the exact same instinct as the thing I want to talk about. Same thing, different costume. Because there was a rule I used to live by in the past years without even noticing it. And that was, if the week's broken, then the week doesn't count. Blown week, skipped workouts, boxes and shit everywhere, so might as well just skip the weigh-in, skip this video, because there's always a fresh start on Monday. And it never felt like quitting, that's the thing. It felt reasonable, it felt fair, and that's exactly what made it lethal. Every single streak I had kind of died like that. There was not one big dramatic quit. One small exception that sounded completely justified in the moment, and then two, and then it's over and you don't even remember deciding. So the rule, starting today, is gonna be extremely simple. The week is never gonna count as broken. There's no version of a week where a video or a weigh-in doesn't happen. Great week, bad week, boxes everywhere, doesn't matter. It's essentially not up for negotiation anymore, which means I'm not gonna lose energy arguing with myself about it. Because showing up when it's easy isn't the actual skill here. Anyone can do that. Showing up when it's inconvenient, when it's highly inconvenient, is the actual flex. So yeah, just so I don't waste your time completely, if there's one thing you take away from this video, make it this. If you said you'd do it, no matter what. Because that little comfort you get from skipping is never worth what it costs you. And now I'm gonna go back to my regularly scheduled chaos starting next week, hopefully with fewer boxes as well. And if you missed last week's video, go watch that one next, because I'm kind of talking about how I missed my vacation plans with a twist. And always remember, it's not that serious.